Hey guys, in thinking about how literacy and technology intersect, Sarah and I read Semiotic Domains, Is Playing Video Games a Waste of Time by G, 2007. G talks about literacy as not just reading and writing, but in fact it's this experience with multimodal domains, and he's calling this a semiotic domain. Thinking about what a multimodal domain is, he says it's one or more of the following to communicate a message: oral or written language, images, equations, symbols, sounds, gestures, graphs, artifacts, and so forth. G wants to argue that of all of the possible multimodal domains, video games are the best example of a multimodal semiotic domain. He says that there's this question that, video games are a waste of time because they're entertaining, and if they're entertaining, they can't be academic. She says, not necessarily. Just because they're entertaining doesn't mean they can't be academic. In fact, if a learner is working with a high quality video game and experiencing this video game within the environment that supports critical learning, then it has the potential to provide learning experiences in the 5 learning principles that are listed here on this slide. So he says, semiotic domains are, the learning is situated within a context specific to the domain, and that every semiotic domain has both internal and external design grammars. So that internal design grammar is going to be what's acceptable content within this domain. And then the external is, what is acceptable social protocols within this domain. So part of being literate within this is to understand these grammars. So the critical learning happens when a player of a video game learns the domain grammar. And when this happens, then that player can read or understand and produce or write appropriate situated meanings for elements and combinations of elements within the domain. So this type of learning encourages exploration, hypothesis testing, risk-taking, persistence. Even when you're failing, you just want to work through that. You see it as learning. Mistakes are opportunities to progress. Thus, video games are not a waste of time, rather a learning experience superior to most learning of content in traditional schools. And he argues that, in traditional schools, a lot of learning is actually passive and does not include encouraging this exploration and hypothesis and risk-taking that he talks about is possible within video games. Okay, we have a link to our notes, so I know Doug will share that with you. I hope you guys are having a great class. Take care. See you next week. Bye.